Hi everyone, my name is Thắng. So today I will introduce you to MPLS, and to understand there are two questions we need to answer. What is MPLS? Why do we need MPLS? I'm going to start this lesson with an explanation of why we need and and how MPLS solves some of the issue of the other protocol. This will help you to understand why we use. In the second part of this lesson, we will learn what MPLS is and how it actually works. When you want to learn MPLS, you need to be very familiar with the following topic before you continue. The first one, you have to familiar with ICP, something like OS variance, ERGRP, and the tunneling ZIE, CA, and BGP. Having said that, let's get started. The first thing, we have to answer the question why we need MPLS. Take a look at the following topology. Above we have an example of an ISP with two cursor called A and B. The ISP only offers is the connectivity bus and no other service. It is the person that uses ISP to have connectivity between their side. To implement our goal, the ISP is running eBGP in between eBGP in between CE and PE, customer edge and provider edge. To attend prefix, this means on internet P router of the ISP have to run iBGP or can don't know where to forward their packet to. A full internet routing table currently has more than 500,000 prefix, and with the SIP router running iBGP you have and with SIP router SIP 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 running iBGP, we need 20 iBGP peering. We can read this number is a ground reflector and configuration. On router, how to develop a routing table for routing table for any possible destination. Now, something to think about when our goal is to have connectivity between two customer sides. Why should all internet P router know about it? The only router doesn't need to know how to read the customer side. The PE router of the service provider. Why not build a tunnel between the PE router tunnel between Okay. Tunnel between B and 1 and P. This one. This B to this B. So why? Take a look at the picture below. I'll take a look at the picture below. In the picture below, I enter 2 ZRE tunnel. ZRE tunnel. The 2 PE at the top here will include ZRE tunnel at the course of the A side. And 2P rather at the bottom will ZRE tunnel for the course of the B side. Customer B and U is tunnel with each other. With a solution like this, we can have BCP free core. There's only 2 places where we need BCP. The first is BCP between P and C router. BCP between 2P router. Between let's take a close look at the solution I described above. And I have another topology. Well, here is tunnel between PE and PE. Let's take a look at the RSMR validation. I will use this following topology for this. IUNC. The topology error is a small version of the topology I showed you before. This ISP was only one person with using a standard between P1 and P2. P1 and P2. So that's we don't need the IBCP on the P router. Let me walk you through the entitled configuration. C1, C2. OS web and P2. Sorry, answer. P1, P1. We have OS web process running on this and to advertise loopback network, and this physical network, this and P advertise loopback, and this network and this network. On P2 the other side loopback network and this network with the area backbone. That's the second or internal routing for ISP. eBCP configuration. Let's continue by configuring eBCP to C and PE router. C and B C and P. We have C1. For example, we have this router running within the AR10 and run AR20. We have to on this one and peer this neighbor to this MPLS. And advertise global network on C2 do the same. And on PE1 we have to point the neighbor to this IP array and P2 do the same thing, point to .5 and that will take care of eBGP. And next step I will take care about GIE external. GIE external. Now we can compare GIE internal between P1 and P2. I will use the loopback interface as a source and destination. We'll use this network. For example, 192.168.24. 24.0/24. Subnet on the terminal interface. And of course, we can do this onto router. It's reachable by internet routing. Now we have a working GIE external and about IBCP configuration. With the GIE external alpha is running, we can compare IBCP between 2P router, EP2. We can to router BGP is AS point to this IP. For example, point to 0.4 as well. Neighbor 1 second to 24.4 and remote AS 124. And on P to do the viable side point to IPLS. Of course, we have this neighbor will send with network cell, and this one do the same network cell. Send to neighbor. Okay. Our P router will installate an IBCP peering using IPLS on GIE channel. I also could have installed IBCP between the loopback interface P1 and P2 instead of the IP addresses of the terminal interface. That's why it does BGP traffic between P1 and P2 wouldn't be an encapsulation by GIE. The downside, however, it will need to configure the roadmap that train the network IP address of all prefix lines through BGP to the IP address of the internal interface. Our configuration now is normally classified if it's all shareware verification. I will do a change from C1 to C2. So C1 to C2 is forward traffic like this. Forward to this IP. And then it's just forward to the destination, and this generates this subnet with slot is 1.1 wave 0.1.1. Okay. Rather, now you might be thinking, so what? Where MPLS? For now, keep in mind that the tunnel is create a BGP-free core. Talking through why you read this and you listen to the next session of this lesson where you finally start talking about MPLS. What is MPLS? In the previous example, I said your GIA tunnel bus, GIA tunnel, but I could have any tunneling mechanisms besides GIA. I use the tunnel, but I could have used any tunneling mechanisms besides GIE. The IP in IP, Q and Q, and blah blah blah. MPLS. What the multi-protocol level switching means? Multi-protocol is like internal, pretty much everything. IP, IPv6, Ethernet, portable, frame relay, etc. And label switching for the database are labeled, not bad. That is the routing table. MPLS can do anything. Does any other standard protocol support, and it can do a lot more than. MPLS can do anything that any other tunnel protocol support, and it can do a lot more than that. Let's start with something simple. Let's replace the 3RE tunnel from previous example. With MPLS, so I can explain how MPLS use label. Let's get rid of the 0 tunnel and the BGP purity between P1 and P2. P2. So no interface now, and connect and no router P1 no neighbor to GIE interface. For the GIE IP request P2 interface and unrouted P2 viruses. Now get started with the MPLS configuration. BGP configurations. Once again, I will configure IBCP between P1 and P2. This time I will use the loop interface. You will see why in a minute. Brother BCP. We point neighbors to the loop interface. Okay. Prior to loop interface of router P2, neighbor updates the loop neighbor network shell on the router BCP 1, 2, 3, 4. We point neighbor sorry, on the service provider edge router BCP 124 creates a 5% neighbor to P1 2 by 2 by 2 by 2. Okay. Let's take care of IBCP. MPLS configuration. This is the exciting part. Let's enable. This is let's enable MPLS. And when we will apply the MPLS. Do you know? You know, right? So on P2, sorry, P1, we apply the interface. This interface. Let me clear a bit. Painting a bit. Painting the bit. And apply the interface. Inside the internet. Can to type MPLS IP for each interface. So let's try a quick ping between C1 and C2. Try to ping. Ping this one. So this one. This will go like this. And when we show IP set for this network on P router, this router doesn't have road for this network. Yes, it works. Why that is work? So why that is work? Keep in mind this no IBCP. Keep in mind this no IBCP on the P router. Normally this traffic should be off, since this router has no idea how it is going to reach 5.5 by 5.5. However, since we enable MPLS, we are now using label for our forwarding TCP. Let me explain how that works. On P1, we show IP route for this network. So, what will it show? So, we can see that it's known via BGP. Yeah. Of course, distance, metric, and the line update from this one, routing. routing descriptor block. Oh, and a lot of stuff. 3.5.5.5. We have let's use 4.4.4 as a neck hop. Instead of checking routing to the let's take a look at the MPLS forwarding table. So I show MPLS forwarding table on this one, and it's automatically generate a label and the prefix 4.4.4.4. So I try to 32, and it is point to this interface to reach the destination, and next hop IP is the destination. You can see that the router is read certain prefix in the next and we will discuss how the label generates the reason for this router will add the label. For example, in this example 17 to the IP packet and how forward it on the G gigabit Ethernet 0/2 towards the P router. A quick method to see what label are used for different prefix is by checking CEF table. We'll show IP CEF for the destination on this one. It will set the name of IP point to this IP and this interface with label 17. If we use WireChat to capture IP packet sent from B1 sent to P router, you can see that the MPLS header has been added between Ethernet and IP header. This is why they call MPLS a layer 2.5 protocol. Layer 2.5 protocol. So what happened when the P router receives this IP packet is using MPLS for forwarding disease. So let's take a look at the label. As is label on B router, so MPLS forwarding table. When the P router receives something that is tagged with label, forwarding packet to this one. It should tag the label number with the number. In this case, it will tag the label number 17, and this has to be forwarded to 4.4.4. It's the outgoing label, say prop label. We mean to remove the label. P2 will receive a regular IP packet without label. With destination 5.5.5, and this will forward it using routing table towards C. When CE2 receives packet, it will create an ICMP equal reply. We will enable P2. Here what P2 will do with it. Here what P2 will do with it. We'll show IP route 1.1 and it show the same of the PE2. I think I got it. Well, I think I got it. Please know that it has still nickel 2x2x2x2 to raise 1.1.1.1. Let's check what layer we use to reach 2x2x2x2. And on P2 will show IP forwarding table on this one. We will show the label difference, and in this case is 16, and 16 has a prefix 2x2x2x2, and it forwards to gigabits 0/2, and the name of IP pointed it up. P will add the label to the duplicate and release will forward it out, and P will add the label 16 to the duplicate and it will forward it out the gigabit Ethernet 0/2 interface toward the P router. Look at the CF table. Is quickly method to find the label for the destination prefix. On P2 will show IP safe. Next hope for the next one. P2 router will forward into P router. Let's check what it will do with the packet. With the label 16 and the preface. On router P, we set label 16 for prefix. Yes, prefix to this prefix. And the outgoing interface is Giga Ethernet 0/1, and router PC does everything with the label 16 should be forward on the Gigabit Ethernet 0/1 interface. It will remove label on forwarding to P1. P1 can then forward the IP packet with a label using its routing table to CE1. That's how we use MPLS to tunnel traffic between P1 router, creating a BGP free core. BGP free core. And the conclusion. I hope this lesson has been useful to get basic understand why we use MPLS and how is it labeled as a tunnel mechanism to create a BGP free core. There are a lot more to history in this lesson. We learned there's a lot more to this story. There is a lot more story, more to this story. There are a lot more to this story. In order to learn, you'll learn how to MPLS develop, generate, and label using LDP, how to build LUS, VP, and how to tunnel Ethernet or frame relay over the MPLS network, and more. If you have any question, feel free to leave a comment. Thanks for watching. See you next time.